The modern world has been called the age of distraction. Yet the problem of a scattered mind is not a modern one. The Buddha, with his unparalleled insight into the nature of consciousness, identified it over 2.500 years ago as the default state of the untrained heart mind. He called it kapi sata, the monkey mind, forever swinging from one branch of thought to the next, propelled by impulse and habit. Therefore, this guide is not a collection of modern life hacks, but a deep exploration of the timeless art and science of mental cultivation. Known in the Pali language as bhavana, we will approach this task not as a battle to be won against the mind, but as a compassionate process of taming, befriending, and understanding our own consciousness. We will delve into the anatomy of why our minds wander, explore the essential faculties we must cultivate to bring it to stillness, provide detailed instructions for formal practice, and, most crucially, illuminate the path for weaving this focused presence into the very fabric of a busy life. This is the ultimate guide to returning home, to the clarity, peace, and vibrant reality of the present moment. How to focus your mind and stay present. Introduction. The untamed heart. To be human is to know the experience of a divided mind. We sit down to read a book, and within moments, we are rehearsing a conversation from yesterday or worrying about a task for tomorrow. We are in a meeting, ostensibly listening, but our inner world is a whirlwind of private thoughts, judgments, and plans. Our bodies are here, but our minds are anywhere but here. This fragmentation is the source of immense and often unacknowledged suffering. It robs our experiences of their richness, undermines our effectiveness, and fuels the fires of anxiety and dissatisfaction. The Buddha's teaching begins with this honest recognition. The inability to focus and stay present is not a personal failing or a sign of a defective mind. It is the natural, untrained state of consciousness. Like a wild horse, the mind has immense energy and potential. But without training, it runs wild, pulled by the chaotic forces of desire, aversion, and confusion. The path of meditation is the gentle, patient, and persistent process of taming this wild horse. Not by breaking its spirit, but by skillfully and compassionately training it to be a calm, powerful, and trusted ally. To accomplish this, the Buddhist tradition offers a sophisticated toolkit for cultivating two distinct but inseparable qualities of mind. Samadhi, often translated as concentration. This is the ability to collect the scattered energies of the mind and unify them, allowing our attention to rest, unwavering, on a chosen object. It is the faculty of focus. It brings stability and power to the mind. Sati, often translated as mindfulness. This is the ability to remain aware of our present moment experience, our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, with a quality of non-judgmental, open acceptance. It is the faculty of presence. It brings clarity and wisdom to the mind. These two qualities are like the two legs we need to walk the path. Samadhi provides the steady, stable foundation, while sati allows us to see the terrain clearly as we walk. This guide will be a comprehensive exploration of how to cultivate both. We will first diagnose the deep-rooted reasons why our minds wander. We will then explore the timeless principles and specific techniques for training focus in formal meditation. Finally, and most importantly, we will learn how to carry this focused presence off the meditation cushion and into the myriad moments of our active, demanding lives. This is the complete path from a scattered existence to an integrated and awakened presence. Part 1. The anatomy of a scattered mind, why we wander. Before we can apply a remedy, we must first understand the ailment. The mind's tendency to wander is not random, it is driven by deeply ingrained, powerful, and predictable patterns. The Buddha, with the precision of a master physician, identified these patterns as the 5 hindrances, pancha nivaranani. These 5 unwholesome states are the primary obstacles that cloud the mind, drain its energy, and prevent the arising of both focus and presence. Understanding them is the first step toward overcoming them. 1. Sensual desire, kamachanda. This is the mind's perpetual outward pull towards pleasant experiences. It is the voice that whispers, "This is boring. Let's think about something more interesting." It is the constant search for gratification through the 5 senses, the desire for a pleasant sight, a captivating sound, a delicious taste, a pleasurable physical sensation, or an entertaining fantasy. In a state of kamachanda, the mind is like a bee flitting from flower to flower, never content to rest, always seeking the next hit of pleasant nectar. This constant seeking makes it impossible for the mind to settle and stay present with the neutral, subtle reality of an object like the breath. It is the core engine of our modern, digitally driven distraction. 2. Ill will, aversion, vyapada. This is the opposite of the first hindrance. It is the mind's tendency to push away, resist, or have aversion to unpleasant experiences. This can manifest as anger, frustration, resentment, jealousy, or simple irritation. When we are meditating, it can be the aversion to a physical pain in the knee, the irritation at a noise from outside, or the anger at ourselves for not being able to focus. Vyapada creates a state of inner conflict and tension. The mind is not at peace with what is, it is at war with it. This internal battle consumes vast amounts of mental energy and makes a calm, focused presence impossible. 3. Sloth and torpor, thina mitta. This hindrance is a state of mental and physical heaviness, dullness, and fogginess. It is not just physical sleepiness, it is a deep inertia of the mind. Thina is the mental sluggishness, the lack of energy and motivation. Mitta is the torpor or drowsiness that can lead to a sinking, half-conscious state. The mind lacks brightness and clarity. It feels like trying to walk through thick mud. When this hindrance is present, attention becomes weak and diffused, and we easily succumb to a trance-like state of mindlessness rather than a state of mindful presence. 4. Restlessness and worry, uddhacca kukuka. This is the classic monkey mind in its most agitated state. Uddhacca is mental restlessness, an inability of the mind to settle. It is like a shaken jar of water with sediment swirling everywhere. The mind is jumpy, excitable, and flits from one topic to the next. Kukuka is worry, remorse, or anxiety. It is the mind getting caught in loops of regret about the past, I should have, or anxiety about the future, what if. This hindrance fills the mind with a nervous, buzzing energy, making it feel like a caged animal, incapable of the stillness required for deep focus. 5. Skeptical doubt, visakicha. This is a subtle but corrosive hindrance. It is the mind that undermines its own efforts with a quality of indecisive, questioning uncertainty. It manifests as thoughts like, am I doing this right? Is this really working? Maybe this isn't for me. What's the point? This kind of doubt is not the intelligent inquiry that leads to wisdom, but a cynical, restless uncertainty that drains our confidence and paralyzes our effort. It prevents us from committing fully to the practice, keeping us perpetually on the fence, unable to settle and apply ourselves. These 5 hindrances are the weeds in the garden of the mind. Our practice of meditation is the patient, skillful work of identifying and removing these weeds, allowing the flowers of focus and presence to grow. Part 2. The tools of taming, the principles of cultivation, bhavana. To work with the hindrances and cultivate a focused, present mind, the Buddha prescribed the development of 3 key factors from the Noble Eightfold Path. These are the internal muscles we must train. 1. Right mindfulness, samma sati, the watchful guardian. Sati is the foundational faculty. It is often translated as mindfulness, but its meaning is more precise. It is the quality of awareness that remembers to pay attention to the present moment. It is non-judgmental, receptive, and clear. Sati is the watchful guardian at the gates of our mind. It is the part of our consciousness that is able to notice. The mind has wandered into a fantasy, sensual desire. Or, there is a feeling of irritation arising, ill will. Or, the mind is becoming dull, sloth and torpor. Without sati, we are completely lost in these states, identified with them, and swept away by them. Sati is the moment of waking up from the dream of our thoughts. It creates the space necessary to apply a skillful response rather than being driven by an unconscious reaction. It is the light that illuminates the inner landscape so we can see what is actually there. 2. Right concentration, samma samadhi, the unwavering pillar. Samadhi is the fruit of sustained focus. It is the mind that has become collected, unified, and stable, where sati is a broad, inclusive awareness. Samadhi is a more focused, penetrating attention. It is the ability to place the mind on a chosen object and have it remain there, unshaken by the pull of distractions. Developing samadhi is like strengthening the central pillar of the mind. A mind with strong concentration is not easily swayed by the winds of the hindrances. It is powerful, lucid, and calm. This concentrated mind is the sharpened tool that can then be used for the deeper work of insight. A focused mind is, by its very nature, a present mind. 3. Right effort, samma vayama, the gentle resolve. This is the energetic component of the practice. The how-to of applying our will. Right effort is not about gritting our teeth and forcing the mind to be still. This aggressive approach only creates more tension. Instead, it is a wise, balanced, and persistent application of energy. The Buddha defined it in 4 parts. The effort to prevent unwholesome states, like the hindrances, from arising. The effort to abandon unwholesome states that have already arisen. The effort to arouse wholesome states, like mindfulness, calm, and kindness, that have not yet arisen. The effort to maintain wholesome states that have already arisen. This is the dynamic play of our practice. When sati, the guardian, notices a hindrance has arisen, right effort is the gentle but firm resolve to let go of that hindrance and return our attention to our meditation object, thereby maintaining the wholesome state of mindfulness. It is a continuous, moment-to-moment process of gentle redirection and cultivation. These 3 faculties, sati, samadhi, and vayama, work together in a beautiful synergy. Sati notices the distraction, vayama provides the gentle energy to let it go and return, and samadhi is the stable, focused state that results from this repeated effort. Part 3. The formal practice, forging focus in the crucible of stillness. Formal meditation is the dedicated time we set aside to train these faculties. It is our mental gymnasium. The primary and most foundational practice for developing focus and presence is mindfulness of breathing, or anapanasati, a step-by-step guide to anapanasati. Establish your posture. Find a posture that embodies both dignity and ease. You can sit on a cushion on the floor or upright in a chair. The key is to have a straight, elongated spine, to support alertness, and to relax the rest of the body, shoulders, jaw, hands. This posture itself is a statement of your intention. Set your intention. Before you begin, take a moment to clarify your purpose. Silently affirm to yourself, for this period of time, my only task is to be present with my breath. I will meet whatever arises with kindness and patience. Bring attention to the breath. Gently close your eyes and bring your awareness to the physical sensations of breathing. You can choose to focus on the coolness and warmth of the air as it passes the rims of your nostrils. Or you can focus on the gentle rise and fall of your abdomen. Choose one spot and let it be your home base. Feel, don't think. Your job is not to think about the breath, but to feel its raw, physical sensations. Feel the entire arc of one in-breath. Feel the pause at the top. Feel the entire arc of the out-breath. Be intimately curious about this simple, life-giving process. The moment of return, the core of the practice, inevitably. Your mind will wander. A thought, a memory, a sound, or a sensation will pull your attention away. The moment you realize, oh, my mind has wandered, is a moment of victory. That is your mindfulness, sati, waking up. In that moment, do not criticize yourself. Simply acknowledge where the mind went, thinking, hearing, and then, with the gentleness you would use to guide a lost puppy, escort your attention back to the sensation of the breath. Repeat, ad infinitum. This is the entire practice. Breathing in, breathing out, wandering, noticing, gently returning. It is in this simple, repeated loop that the muscles of focus and presence are built. Each return is a representative in your mental workout. Helpful techniques for a restless mind. Counting the breath. If the mind is particularly agitated, you can try counting the breaths. Count 1 on the first exhale, 2 on the second, up to 10, and then begin again at 1. If you lose count, simply start again at 1. This gives the monkey mind a little more of a job to do and can help it to settle. Walking meditation, kankama, if you are plagued by restlessness or drowsiness. Walking meditation is a powerful alternative. Find a clear path about 15 to 20 paces long. Walk back and forth at a slow, deliberate pace, bringing your full attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground. This practice brings mindfulness directly into movement and is a wonderful way to cultivate an energetic and grounded presence. Part 4. The informal practice, weaving presence into the fabric of life. The ultimate purpose of formal meditation is to infuse our entire lives with the qualities we cultivate on the cushion. The ability to stay focused and present is most needed not in the quiet of our meditation space, but in the midst of a difficult conversation, a stressful workday, or a chaotic family moment. This is the art of informal practice. The central principle, the mindful pause. The bridge between formal and informal practice is the pause. By intentionally inserting small, mindful pauses into your day, you interrupt the momentum of mindless reactivity and create an opportunity to return to the present moment. A toolkit of everyday anchors. Here are some simple yet profound ways to weave presence into your day. Mindfulness of routine activities. Choose one routine activity that you normally do on autopilot and commit to doing it with full awareness. Drinking your morning coffee, tea, instead of drinking while reading the news. Just drink. Feel the warmth of the mug. See the steam rising. Inhale the aroma. Taste the first sip with your full attention. Brushing your teeth. Feel the bristles on your teeth. The taste of the paste. The movement of your hand. Washing your hands. Feel the temperature of the water. The slipperiness of the soap. The sensation of your hands rubbing together. These small islands of presence can become profound anchors in a busy day. Mindful transitions. Use the natural gaps in your day as a cue to practice. When you hang up the phone, before you dive into the next email, take one conscious breath. When you park your car, before you get out, sit for 10 seconds and just feel your body in the seat. When you finish a meeting, as you walk back to your desk, feel the sensation of your feet on the floor. These transitions are powerful opportunities to reset your nervous system and prevent the buildup of stress. Mindful listening. In conversation, our mind is often busy preparing our rebuttal or jumping to the next topic. Practice the art of deep listening. When another person is speaking, bring your full, open attention to them. Listen to their words, their tone of voice, their body language. Listen not just to hear, but to understand. This is a profound gift to another person and a powerful practice of presence for yourself. Using your senses to anchor. When you feel lost in thought, use your senses as a lifeline back to the present. Look. Notice 5 different colors in your immediate environment. Listen. Pay attention to the soundscape. Can you identify 3 distinct sounds? Near and far? Feel. Bring your attention to a physical sensation. The feeling of your clothes on your skin. The air temperature. The firmness of the chair beneath you. The senses only operate in the here and now. You cannot see or hear the past or future. Grounding in them is an instant portal back to the present. Conclusion. The gradual path of return. The journey to a focused mind and a present heart is not a sprint, it is a lifelong path of gentle, persistent cultivation. The mind's nature is to wander. It has been practicing this for decades. We must, therefore, approach this training not with aggression or impatience, but with the boundless kindness and patience of a wise gardener tending to a beloved plot of land. We have seen that the mind's tendency to scatter is driven by the powerful currents of the 5 hindrances. We have also seen that we possess the innate capacities to work with these currents, the wise effort, vayama, to apply ourselves, the clear awareness of mindfulness, sati, to see what is happening, and the stable power of concentration, samadhi, to remain steady. Through the crucible of formal practice like anapanasati, we forge and temper these skills. And through the art of informal practice, we learn to wield them in the complex, unpredictable, and beautiful moments of our daily lives. Remember that every time you notice your mind has wandered and you gently bring it back, that is the moment of practice. That is the victory. It is not about achieving a perfect, unbroken state of focus. It is about the continuous, compassionate act of returning to the breath, returning to the body, returning home to the vibrant, living reality of the present moment. This is the gradual path, the path of return, and it is a path that leads, step by patient step, to a life of greater clarity, deeper peace, and profound freedom.